Something is backfiring really, really bad for someone with the Eight of Cups. This can be from a lack of communication. This can be things slowing down. But it's a lot of bad news here. I feel like somebody has a tendency of behaving very immaturely when they feel as if there's a problem that they can't solve. Something happens with their brain, and so instead of thinking of positive ways to work out a situation or to solve something that maybe feel complex, they revert back to a reckless type of energy. And so like all of that passion is, it's almost like it backfires. Something tends to backfire when someone is emotionally triggered. Now, Taurus, I ask Spirit over and over and over again, you know, who is this message really for, right? That's what I do, right? So if this isn't you, please leave it for someone else. But if you know that you have a tendency of feeling as if, you know, dreams that you have wanted tend to be broken, plans that you make may fall through, or that you have been in hopeless romantic type of situations, or naivety may have found yourself in that type of situation a time or two. It may be stemming back to some type of childhood experience in relation to, you know, abuse, trauma, always feeling let down by people. So when you feel frustrated or when you feel overwhelmed, it's like fuck it, like a trigger pops off and there's this fuck it energy that kind of happens, and you may tend to find yourself going back to, you know, familiar people, back to familiar habits or ways of getting what it is that you want, you know. It feels like someone is really struggling with evolving and maturing, and the reason why there's a struggle to evolve or mature is because of some type of inner child wound that hasn't been completely healed, and so it's carried over into adulthood, friends, partnerships, relationships, people. There may be you know, a reputation developing. There may be certain people where it can create a lot of trust issues in regards to who you can trust, who you can rely on. And so even the good people in your life may end up being like a easy target, or they may get the short end of the stick, even if they don't deserve something because of that trauma, right? So even if you're in a relationship, you may find yourself feeling as if something will never work, you know, you want to give up. Okay, can create relationship issues as well. So it's like no matter what someone does, if they don't seek out what this is, and they don't get clear on where this stems from, how they picked up this, you know, where they picked up this personality, because, you know, you could change the things that you don't like about yourself. Okay? The things that you couldn't change when you were younger, you can go back and heal that moment. But the only way to heal those moments is by going back to restore your relationship with a higher power, right? You can resist it, you can fight it, you know what I mean? But ultimately, it feels like this is between you and God, whatever this is. You may be mad at God. Okay. And if this is not you, Taurus, this may be someone that you're talking to or someone that you're helping. This could also be a child of yours. Someone could be mad about their childhood. There may be some childhood experiences that are being avoided because you can't go back and change it. Yeah, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. So someone tries to ignore what they feel, and when they try to avoid healing this root issue and seeing the clarity behind it and extracting the beauty from it, could put them in a disempowering energy where they will avoid until it hits a head, and then whoever's around, they get the negative side of this person. They get the, the type of person that is trying to take because they feel like they don't have, right? So let's see. I'm just channeling you guys. Channel messages for Taurus. I just feel a deep pain in my gut. I feel a heart chakra pain, but I feel like it's really coming from the root. And someone's a fighter, and somewhere along the line, they feel like they've given up the fight and have just been knocked down so many times where they have no more fight in them, no more ways to consider how to get out of a situation or how to figure this out. So I feel like that's where Spirit is guiding me to dive into the Eight of Wands. Okay, definitely guidance in the right direction. Focus, because I feel like right now someone feels very set down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe difficult to find jobs, maybe difficult to maintain something. This is also someone that may like to follow their passions and their dreams, and this could also be showing up in ways where there's some delays here. And I don't feel like it's a way to punish anyone. I feel like this is Spirit trying to say, hey, listen, if I let you continue going in this direction and you don't resolve this issue, everything you build will have a short lifespan. It will crumble. You can get a year down the line and then have a reset, a breakdown. You know what I'm saying? You can get 5 years down the line, have a reset, a breakdown. You can get 3 months and have another breakdown. So rather than learning the hard way of breakdown after breakdown after breakdown, especially if it's mental or emotional breakdowns, let's try a different route. You tried it your way. Let's try a different route. Let's go and work on this situation and take a year. Take a sabbatical. It's not a humbling experience. It's an empowering experience. But in order to see that side of the spectrum or that side of the fence, you're going to have to reestablish your relationship, your childhood relationship that you had with a higher power. And whatever you felt like that higher power wasn't capable of doing, wherever you felt like that higher power wasn't able to stop bad people from doing things to you, or wasn't able to protect you and estrange your relationship with that higher power, even if that higher power is yourself, right? Even if you feel as if, hey, I don't believe in God, I believe in me. Your higher self, your future self, is struggling to manifest because of that inner child wound. So yes, your inner child is still running amok and doing things to want your attention. Four of Pentacles is harboring something. It's holding on to something. And it wants to be it wants to be seen. It wants to be heard. It wants to be validated. And it wants retribution for whatever your inner child has gone through. And so Spirit gets it. But this is the type of energy where I feel as if something is salvageable. And the more you know yourself, the more you know God. And that's just bottom line. Ain't no pussyfooting around that. So I feel as if I've tapped into a collective where you probably are good at getting over on your teachers, good at getting over on people, good at getting what you want. So anyone that pretty much comes towards you and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I feel sorry for you, you'll get over on them too. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game of woe is me and pity parties. We're going to look at the facts, we're going to look at the situation, and we're going to solve the fucking problem. And that's what we're going to do. Then you're going to take that information and apply it, or you're not. Those are the two options that I see here for someone. Because this is definitely smooth criminal energy. And anytime that we're dealing with the inner child, what do children do? Children always are going to look for a way to get out of something that they need to do. So the inner child is definitely ruling this reading today. And so we're going to talk to this inner child like it's supposed to be talked to. Like somebody's mama and daddy couldn't talk to. I don't know who needs this message, you know. But there's definitely a need for Mother Nature. There is definitely a need for Mother Nature. I'm hearing, if you were my child. Don't you just love that line where everybody says that? And that's exactly this energy. It's like somebody will literally do something to even get negative energy so they can revalidate their prior synopsis, which is that you don't care about them anyway. You get what I'm saying? So someone deliberately does something to attract negative feedback, and then they flip it as if they weren't the ones trying to have negative feedback. They were the ones that's the victim. But at the same time, their whole objective is to pretty much pin their inner child as the bad guy. Blame it on the inner child. No. Because inner children become inner adolescents become adults, and so forth. So the development is still there. All of the stages of development are still existing at the same time. So in this particular situation, someone here doesn't like to hear bad news. They just don't know how to come up with ways to resolve situations that aren't favorable for them. And so they may run, or they may hide, or they may become mischievous. Or at least they hold this intention, right? And then they place themselves as the target. And it's like, now attack me. And they want people to attack them, and they want people to say things to them and beat up on them. And it's like a negative cycle that was created from the stem of the trauma, from wherever it stems from, right? So it's like the pain has become pleasurable. It's a dopamine hit. It's like a challenge. And so in some way, it's not solving a problem. It's just being a punching bag to one another. So I feel as if it's not fun or it's not a challenge when someone doesn't feel as if they're able to do this in secret. Someone likes to do this in secret where no one else knows. Someone likes to do this in such a way where no one else can find out. They like that. So when they feel like you can see their motives or their intentions, or you have an advantage of some sort around their goals or what they're trying to do, it makes them feel as like, oh, it'll never work, or oh, we can't be together. It's self-sabotaging at that point. Like they tell themselves, you know, I don't have what it takes to deal with this. I don't have what it takes to deal with this. I don't have the time today. You know what I'm saying? Because someone prefers to like get someone hooked on them. Okay? And if they can't feel as if another person is hooked on them or attached to them, they feel as if their power isn't working. You know what I'm saying? Their power isn't working. Someone wants to be the sole provider or the main resource. This may be what they're good at doing, is providing resources that keep people coming back, keep people chasing them. But I feel as if whatever has been going on, someone feels as if their attachment to you or your attachment to them is not sticking. You know, like they can't control you spiritually. Yeah, they can't control you spiritually. And so they like to hook you by way of your emotions and your thoughts. And when you aren't able to be captivated or spelled over like this in this capacity, they feel like you could see them, and because you can see them, you can also decide whether or not you want to agree or disagree, and that makes the person feel very disempowered. Is this a game that somebody likes to play? So if someone wants to give up, like they don't want to compete anymore. They don't want to play this game anymore because they feel like you know all the answers to the test. You know, it's not a challenge. You know all the answers to the test. You know what their next steps are, what their next moves are, and it just makes them feel like they can't keep up with you. That's what I see here. So someone may friend zone you. Some of you guys may deal with a situation where someone friend zones you, or just keeps it very professional with you, or just platonic because the odds are not fair. Yeah. This is someone that's saying the odds are not fair. You outwit them, you outsmart them, and they don't want to play. So someone's calling a duel. They're taking their energy back. Taurus, this could be you taking your energy back. Like you personally not trying to figure out what's wrong with this person. You personally not trying to see what's going on. They, they like to pull, and this is why I said that you have to be able to discern whether this is your energy or someone else's, because when someone's sending that vibe your way, you can energetically be a match to it, right? It could be trying to stick to you. But then when you become aware that it's sticking to you, you have a choice to send it back wherever it came, or to agree with it and allow it to continue. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing here. It's being sent back to whoever it originates from, which is coming up to another person as if they're being dismissed, or as if they're not being, like, you don't want to play. You don't want to play this energetic game with them. You don't want to play phone tag. You don't want to chase. You don't want to go on this competitive thing. And I feel like somebody was trying to orchestrate this in secret. It's like if they're going to get you back, they want to get you back the way they want you. And it's by way of reassuring them that you won't go anywhere. So someone may try to trigger your childhood trauma. Yeah. I feel as if this is someone that is going to talk to everybody else but you. Party with everybody else but you. And it's as a way to show you, well, if you play fair, you would have got, if you would allowed me to do this to you, this could be you. So somebody was trying to turn you into like a pick me or something like that. They did not think about this at all. They want you to be naive for them. But you're not naive. This is saying that with the Page of Voices that you're very inquisitive. You have an investigative mind. You can read between the lines. You see very clearly. You don't see circumstances or situations or simulations. You see behind the simulation. You're able to see the charlatan behind the mask, or who's controlling it. And you course direct. And so some of you guys, this could be you snatching your own feelings back, and then you sticking to your grounds and what you believe in. And if you said that you are not going to be chasing people or riding people's coattail, oh, you're definitely saying that you're meaning it. That's for sure. And so you are being guided through a difficult season. And I feel like the season here is not for you. It's for whoever tried to hurt you. Okay. Because ultimately, if that's what they want, if that's the energy that they want you in, it's because they're already there. How's that for a masterpiece? They're already stuck on you. They're already unable to walk away from you. They're already feeling a sense of defeat when it comes to you. But they don't want to go out like that. This is someone that, you know, after so many blows, they don't want to let themselves fall in the ring. They're like, I still got more fight in me. I ain't going out like that. And so I feel like this person is talking to friends and colleagues about, you know, this person could have anyone that they want, but for whatever reason, they have their eye on you. Three of Cups is saying they can have a whole smorgasbord of people, but they can't get over you. They can't get over you for nothing. They want to know what you're up to, if you're happy, if you're sad. Three of Swords in reverse, if you've moved on, if you haven't moved on. So they occasionally check in on your energy, in secret though. Are you happy? Have you moved on? And they keep friends and colleagues as a way to distract themselves from what they feel they could have potentially had with you. A lot of you may have reminded this person of their own immaturities, and that was like an ego hit to this person. So it's like nothing that used to entertain this person or make this person feel happy is working. They feel like they're not happy. The Hermit in reverse. Let me turn this off. They're not happy. But it still brings me back to this emotional wound. There's an emotional wound here. And so Spirit has been trying to take this person back to where this emotional wound began so they can surrender, forgive that, surrender that, and see the olive branch that's right in front of them. It's hard for someone to see what a good thing that's right in front of their eyes until it's gone. Like, it always takes them to get to a point where they lose something for them to realize that this was something, a good thing. You know what I mean? And this could be you, Taurus, or this could be someone connected to you. So as long as this is still in someone's, as long as this wound from the past is not healed, okay, this person will only be, it's like they're pretty much, hermit energy to this person is just like being single and keeping to themselves, right? As a way to manifest success. And so they work 10 times harder, what you could do in your sleep. If they would go back and heal these broken dreams, these traumatic experiences, or whatever, or feeling as if they didn't plan or see something coming or beating themselves up, they could heal all of that. But just because you isolate yourself from people and you avoid karmics doesn't mean that you're healing your inner child. So maybe someone doesn't know how to heal their inner child. Maybe that is what I'm seeing here. Like, maybe they don't know how to do the inner work. And so they walk away and they archive people the moment that they catch feelings. They may turn to like spell work and things like that, trying to get rid of it a lot quicker. They may turn to shamanic work, quantum, to try to get it done faster, because this is someone that the way that they don't have time for their inner child is a reflection of how they don't have time for people that love them, how they don't have time for relationships, and it's also a reflection of how they were treated as a child. Someone in their life maybe didn't have time for them, you know, or treated them as if they didn't have enough time to be a child. Whatever the reason was, they had some experiences that left them feeling like their only friends is nature and spirit. And so even though they stay in isolation, it's not the remedy. What's the remedy here, Spirit? What is the remedy? Deep connection, trust your inner voice, and that's in reverse, Master Buddha. You gotta fall so you can rise again. Someone here doesn't like to be on the ground. They don't like to hit rock bottom. They don't like to feel as if they failed at all. The hermit experience is about allowing yourself to hit rock bottom. There is great insight from that point of trajectory. Whether this is a culture shock, I mean, you could literally leave, go live in a third world country, take away your luxuries that you may personally desire, and help people in a third world country build a home. Be of service. Use your hands. Allow each day to help you reconcile. Observe the people, the culture, and how, without knowing it all, right? Without having all the answers, there's still a level of joy and happiness as far as how they approach situations and things in regards to opportunities and materials. They're not plagued with certain things of how things happen, how quickly they happen. They have an internal, someone needs to go back to their roots, like straight up, because we have Odin in reverse. Get your head out the clouds. Take your ass to somebody's culture, all right? And I don't mean go and stay in the tourist side of places. I mean take your ass to the country or go and work on a farm. You need some culture. You missing culture. You need roots. You're like a leaf that's been flowing in the wind for so long without ever landing. And so you just keep flowing in the wind, flowing in the wind. And so you don't expect miracles. You expect hard work. You expect yourself to be the visionary. And so you seek entitlement outside of yourself. And you tell yourself that you don't want to control people. And so by surrendering control, that makes you feel in control. But really, all you're doing is selling insight to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable over and over and over again. Without a culture, without a people, without a land, your people will perish. Humanity will perish. And it's not for you to take on those. It's not for you to necessarily take on those archetypes and say you believe in those things, but you were able to be human. And that's why I say you got to go to the rock bottom. You got to go and be human again. And sometimes being human looks like, going to a shelter and, taking a week off and just being of service and sitting down and having conversation with people that are less fortunate than you. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you sat down with a homeless person and got past how somebody smells to ask them what they think? And to just hear them talk. They love to talk. That's what the hermit energy is about. The hermit energy is about being everything and nothing. And so even if you have nothing, you have everything. And in any circumstances or situations, the hermit is someone that takes oneself to those experiences for some type of insight, to get something out of it from the experience. I would say a good 90 days, like someone needs to take 90 days and strip themselves of luxuries, whether this is house swapping, lifestyle swapping. Walk a mile in someone else's shoes if you feel as if woe is you and your life is just so unfavorable and nothing good happens for you. You need to go and really see some struggles and surrender, because right now you have this energy of being over controlling, which can sabotage relationships, friendships, colleagues, etc. So you need a more effective way to achieve your goals. Back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. You know? It's saying that you don't want to surrender to divine timing. You don't want to give up on getting what it is that you want. And you feel like it's all happening to you. This is a lot. You have a lot of pages to turn, okay? And you can say, oh, well, TT, I've been through a lot. I've been in rock bottom. I know what that is. I don't need no more of that. If you've been through those experiences and you weren't able to retrieve that wisdom, then the experience was pointless. It's not that you can't go through experiences of hardship. It's what wisdom do you gain from it? What improvement within do you experience from it? And how can you utilize what you've received as far as wisdom from those experiences and apply it into your life? If you never get to the step where you're able to apply it effectively, it's like going to do an algebra test and you don't have none of the formulas to plug in. None of the formulas to apply to solve the math problems. I think about it. How does that work? And so things take longer to go in a particular direction, and there's delays, and there's other things that happen, and it's all connected. This is your opportunity. So a lot of you guys those of you that resonate with this reading, you're being blessed with an opportunity to take a trip, go be by yourself, go be nobody. Give it all up. Be nobody and wait. Imagine Moses going to the mountain and being impatient by, okay, I'm sitting here in the mountain. I don't see no burning bush yet. I've been here 3 days. Where's the nugget? Where's the wisdom? What am I taking back to the people? I done promised them I was going to do this. That's like going there and literally, why would that burning bush want to turn on and talk to you? That bush wouldn't want to talk to you because you acting like a nut. You see what I'm saying? Nut bush. Nut bush. That bush is going to say, I can't. Let's get your closing message. Culture shock. Closing message for Taurus. We have letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. See, God loves you. Loves you, loves you, loves you. I'll see you in the next one, Taurus. Bye.